Khan Shalom. All praise and glory go to the Most High Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Warakakodash, the honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Wakar, Apostle Ramlab, and the Shalom to all the sincere Achim that are pushing this word and sincerity and in truth. Before I continue, when they say that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of Israel that the Bible speaks about, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the chosen people of the Heavenly Father, and the people that live in the land of Israel today, they call themselves Israelis. They go back to the Khazarians, which go back to the Amalekites, which is the chief head tribe of the nation of Esau Edom, and the people that call themselves white, Caucasian, European, American, they all go back to the Edomites, which are the red people of the Bible in the world, and they're the only nation upon this planet Earth that will not receive mercy from the Heavenly Father. Now, these videos are made to wake up our people, to bring them back to Yahweh Shemir Shai, which is the Heavenly Father's name and His Son's name. And with that being said, I want to show you this video. I'm not going to play it because I already got a copyright strike on my other channel. That's why I'm uploading on this channel again. So it says, all you nations sleeping through our pain, So basically, this child was talking about all these Arab countries. You're not helping, how do you say that? Us in Syria being bombed, being destroyed, But that's all Bible prophecy, man, It said that Damascus had to be destroyed, right? Over here it says Amos 1 and 3. Thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Damascus, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have threshed Gilead with threshing instruments of iron. So, these people that live in Syria, a lot of them are not even Arabs, man. A lot of them are Syrians, which is close relatives of our people. And a lot of them, there's certain of them, that speak ancient Hebrew. I know one guy that came here as a refugee and he had to learn Arabic. So he was actually speaking Aramaic as a language from his birth, and he knew how to say some certain things in Hebrew, but it was bastardized. It wasn't as we know it, Of course, through the time that happened, But back to the point, it says over here, all you nations sleeping through our pain. So this guy is basically saying, yeah, all these nations, these Arabs countries, you're not helping us, you're just sleeping, you're allowing them to destroy us. Meanwhile, but that's Bible prophecy, and it has to be like that, all these nations have to pay for the things that they've done. When you read Amos 1 and you read the prologue, it says, Amos showed God's judgment upon Syria, upon the Philistines, upon Tyrus, upon Edom, and upon Ammon. So all these nations will have to pay, And all these other Arabs, they're basically scared to stand up against Esau, but not for long. Soon they're gonna make their move, but not now. They're just gonna hold on, until they can't but fight, because Esau is coming to take everything you got now. He doesn't give a damn about how you're gonna eat. He's gonna take he's coming to take everything from you. And that's over here in the scriptures as well. This is Obadiah 1 and 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? You understand? And that's a normal thief. But Esau ain't no normal thief. He's a special thief. He's created to be a robber and a murderer. He's created to be a robber and a murderer. And when it happens to him, he's up in arms about it. And people aren't even doing anything to Esau. So so yeah, there's a how do you say that? I have a couple of scriptures for this video, So these Arabs, it don't matter, man. These things are supposed to happen. All these things are Bible prophecy, and it's good that they getting destroyed, man, because they had also a lot of things. They have a hand. How do you see that? They have a lot of things to pay for. They also destroyed Israel. Israel, so they have to pay. All these Arab countries, when you see them get bombed to hell and back, that's the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yashar, man. Definitely, Father controls that, man. So let me go to Jeremiah, man. You know, Jeremiah 15:5. It says, "For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?" So Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, right? And basically, what you see is these nations want to have mercy, when they get help. But where were the Syrians when we were in slavery? Where were the Chinese, the Japanese, the Philistines? The Arabs. Where were they? Now they're talking about we are all have to unite and fight against the system, safety and numbers. But that's only what they say now, that they're in trouble. When they had it good, they weren't talking about unity, unite, fight against oppression. They weren't talking about that because they weren't affected. So that's how you got to look at this, man. These nations and these Arabs, they have a lot of things to pay for. But still, they are not the people of the Most High's curse. Even though they have they have hell to pay, they still are going to receive mercy from Yahweh Bashem Yashai. So this is Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites." Edom is the so-called white people, and Ishmaelites is the Arabs. Of Moab is the Chinese, and the Hagarenes is the Africans. So all these nations are together to fight against the Israelites. They have a country. They can basically keep their own laws. We can't do none of that, man. We're in a oppressor's country. Following our oppressors' laws. That's how destroyed we are, and a lot of our people even think they're free, man. That's even worse. So this is Deuteronomy 30:7. "And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." So all these nations that had a hand in persecuting us, they will get the curses that they were put on the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because now their wives are leaving them. Now their wives are rebelling against them. Now they can basically control their house. So these are the things that are happening in this at this time. The Heavenly Father is turning all these curses upon the nations that had us in captivity. And now they're complaining about it but we had to bear it, man. We had to drink of the cup that we weren't supposed to drink of. I believe it says that in Jeremiah, right? So yeah, with that, I want to say all praises and glory go to the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and Shalom.